And we are back. Welcome to Stock Talk with Josh and Nico. This episode 64, and this episode is also brought to you by American Tallow. First things first, can I warm introduction from my co-host Nico? Nico, how you been?
I've been good. How have you been?
Good, good. So when I said this episode is brought to you by American Tallow is a new company that not also you, but our friend Walter is also.
That's right. It's relatively new. It's only we've only been in business for 4 or 5 months, and we just started selling on Amazon a couple weeks ago. We got 40 locations that we sell in across the country, and I think the trend is growing here. So we hope to be a part of that.
Yeah, so if you are wondering where we're at, Nico was too busy selling this. So please send all
Yeah.
hate, negative comments his way, not to me,
What?
but no, we do have a guest on episode 64.
We do?
I think he might be to your right.
Oh,
How's it going?
okay.
Chris, what's up? How you doing, man?
Good, Josh. How are you guys?
I'm great. Great. It's a beautiful day. I'm not too much of a summer guy.
Yeah.
I kind of hate the winter, so I think right how the weather
is
is
your time.
outside,
This is it.
it's a great mixture of it.
Yep. This is the time. Enjoy it because it's going to last like 2 more weeks, and then
I
it'll
know.
snow, and then that's over. So
It'll be 20 degrees again.
I hope I didn't just jinx it. And if I did, there's 8 more negative comments for you guys. Sorry
Yeah.
about that.
I will say you do look nice.
Thank you.
Anyone who's watching us on YouTube, you do look
Thank you.
nice.
Thank you.
Did you have an event or work today at all?
I had a couple meetings this morning that I didn't want to look like a complete mess for, so I was like, well, it's just going to be podcast appropriate too now.
Right.
So here we are.
Beautiful,
That's
beautiful,
if you guys wanted me in a suit, I was going to be in a bad way. So.
Okay, so my first question is, what really got you into the stock market and just the financial background that you have, too?
Wow. Well, how much time do we have? No, so in college I got my degree in economics, and I was
Where'd you go to college?
NIU, Northern Illinois,
Okay.
and I was originally
Go Huskies.
Go Huskies. That's right. So I was originally declared a finance major, but I didn't really love their finance program at the time. I felt it was a little too narrowed in because you had to either go like corporate finance or international finance or like something in banking. And I was like, well, I don't know. I didn't love that. So I switched that, and I wanted the bigger picture, so I went to economics instead. And when I came out of school, which was 2010, it was still, markets
Yeah.
and economy still recovering. There
Yeah.
were like no jobs for people who had been in the industry for 20 years, let alone some idiot who just came out of college.
Mm-hmm.
So there was a family friend of mine at the time, or family friend. He was my grandfather's financial advisor, who for the past 30 years, and he said, well, hey, he had just made some changes in his career that he moved to a new office. He's like, I could use some part-time help. Chris, why don't you, come along for like 30 days. I'll pay you, just some cash, whatever, and, you can go your separate ways. I was like, okay, when you come out of school, you like some cash, beer money, cool. All right, I could do that. And I never left. So
wow.
like a year later, I got myself licensed and became a full-fledged financial advisor, and I've been in the industry ever since.
Okay, can you tell us what that process was like becoming a financial advisor? Because
Yeah.
I was asking about the test and stuff earlier.
Sure,
Like
sure.
what'd you do for studying, and what was that process like?
So first off, you have to have a broker-dealer, a company in the industry. You have to have them sponsor you. So you have to either be on with them part-time or like be in a training program with them.
Okay, so like an internship, something like
Kinda,
that?
yeah,
Okay.
exactly. You have to be on with them in some low-level capacity.
Mm-hmm.
And then they'll sponsor you to take the FINRA exams. Now, to study for that, you can go and find materials on your own, but there's companies out there that, you can buy their books and their study materials for a couple $100.
Yeah.
I mean, you could really spend a lot of money on it if you want to, but I just kind of, at the time, I was like, I'm going to get one of the cheaper options here and just kind of study my butt off.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I did. Passed the Series 7 my first time. Thank you.
Wow.
Round of applause.
Thank you. And then, you have to get some other licenses on top of that. There's the Series 63, there's a Series 65. 63 is for like state laws and stuff like that you need to be up on. The 65 is so you can do like managed business and, the managed accounts for clients. There's a bunch of others. And then insurance licenses are on top of that.
Okay, this is my other question. Kind of going off of what he was saying. Like,
Sure.
So let's say around the time that you're in college,
Mhm.
were you investing in stocks at that time?
I did have an account, yeah.
Okay, so
Yep.
so how old were you when you made your first account?
14, 15.
What?
Yeah, it was set up for me by my grandparents. They kind of gave me some money that was earmarked for college, right?
Wow.
Got
But
you.
I was on the account as well, so I could go in and,
Wow.
I had to call the advisor and, request the trades. I couldn't do those myself yet, but, I could be like, hey,
Okay, so at the beginning, where
Mhm.
were you in terms of were you picking stocks? Were you picking index funds? What was your style like back then?
Back then I was picking individual stocks.
Okay.
I'd see something on TV or I'd read about something. I was like, hey, that sounds cool. Whatever's popular at the
Yeah.
time. I'd get sucked into that, and I'd call into that advisor and I'd be like, hey, I want to do this, this, and this, and he'd either be like, yeah, okay, that sounds good, or every once in a while there was how about you consider this instead? It's like, oh, okay, well that sounds cool.
Mm.
So I was always kind of interested, or attracted to that part of the business where it's like, oh, hey, there's someone to help out for stuff like this, so I don't, completely screw myself up.
Yeah, I
So
see.
I thought that was fun.
So did
Right.
your grandparents take that route at all? Like, were you influenced by them when you were kind of thinking about what to do a little bit?
A little bit. I mean, I saw my grandparents, and these are my father's parents. They were both school teachers. Like, they had low salary. They weren't millionaires by any chance or by any stretch of the imagination, but they had very good financial advice, and they had very good financial planning for a long period of time, like 20, 30 years. They had someone really watching over their stuff and taking good care of them.
Hmm.
And they did very well because of it. They spent most of their retirement traveling the world, going to whatever country they wanted to. They just, okay, plan a trip. They'd go to China for like 3 weeks just because they wanted to.
Hmm.
I was like, not everyone can do stuff like that. So
Right.
it was cool to see how the advice they received over, X amount of decades led to them being able to have that kind of financial freedom in their retirement.
Okay. Can you talk about pretty much what I know you can't give too many specific recommendations and stuff,
Yeah.
but can you give guidelines for what do you typically recommend in terms of like how do you allocate the portfolio kind of
Sure.
or what sort of funds do you get people into
Mhm.
stuff like that.
So, I mean, everyone's going to be a little bit different because you're going to set up these accounts based on people's risk tolerances.
Mm-hmm.
So, if someone is going to lay awake at night worrying that the market's doing this, you're not going to put them in a 100, in the SPY, or you're not going to put them in something, with a long or a larger equity position in it.
Mm-hmm.
But for someone in their 20s, 30s who has a lot of years to retirement, they're not so worried about the losses. They don't need the smooth ride. They're going to lean more toward the equities. I would say I would usually, have people looking at 80-20 or above, stock to bond.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, and so let's talk about what in terms of the allocation.
Yeah.
Is it mostly stocks or what are the other assets that they're in as well?
You can mix and match a lot of that in.
Okay.
Yeah, you can do stocks and bonds. Those are the two that everyone thinks of. Everyone knows stocks and bonds.
Have you
But-
done any with crypto? Has crypto ever been a part of any?
It's becoming more and more. People are
Okay.
starting to ask more about it.
Questions. And everything.
Exactly. I mean, a lot of times people will go out in the market and just, well, at least back in the day, they just go out and buy a Bitcoin or buy 10 Bitcoin. I don't know of any clients buying 10 Bitcoins right now. But you hear clients say, oh, well, I put $500 in this coin, or I put
okay.
$1,000 in that. Okay, cool. Nowadays, you're starting to see a little more options out there where there's ETFs that are focused on cryptocurrencies.
Right.
Some of those may be good, some of those may not be. So, I mean, play that with caution, but it's getting bigger.
Okay. Do you have an index fund that is your favorite?
I can't say that I do. You can look at like Vanguard has a lot of products that mirror certain equities
Hmm.
or certain indices.
People say VOO is a big one.
I've used VOO before. It's
Okay.
it's no slouch.
Mhm.
Sure. Yeah, that's a good. If you're gonna, that would be a good one for someone who, you don't want a lot of trading funds in an account. You don't want to go buy little pieces of like 7 different funds. You can buy the
Right.
VOO and check a lot of boxes for not a lot of
Yeah.
excessive fees on yourself for sure.
Okay,
Okay.
so besides the risk tolerance and everything
Mhm.
like that, what would you think would be like the main difference of like investing in an index fund
Mhm.
versus like a regular pick a find a company and pick on one like that?
You mean more actively managed stuff?
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. if someone really just wants to set it and forget it, if they, they're not very knowledgeable, or they don't want to take the time to keep up with individual positions, or to kind of do their homework and stay up on this, the index fund is probably going to be a good option for you, because then you can just buy it. I hate to use the term set it and forget it, but kind of.
Yeah.
The active side, if you're going to be buying individual stocks, you need to stay up on that.
Right.
You need to be watching it, because we all know that
It's not an easy thing to do.
Correct, it isn't. And no one has time to do anything these days, let alone are you going to sit online and read news about the 12 stocks you own every single night? No,
Yeah.
you probably don't have time for that.
Unless you're me. Yeah.
Right. Well, exactly. You're a lone exception. You and my, the three of us might, but most Americans in the investing public
Absolutely.
won't. So for those folks, the index fund might be the good option. But that's a big ask in the industry right now. Does active management beat passive management?
Yeah.
Is it worth it to be to spend a little, because those active funds and ETFs will be a little more costly, but do they squeeze a little more juice out of it because someone is in there pulling the levers every day when you're not? That's to be...
Okay, my next question. One more question, then let's start getting into the news and stuff.
Yeah.
But my question would be, how do you compare the pros and cons, pretty much, of technical analysis versus fundamental analysis?
Pros and cons. Well,
or how do you compare them? When people try to make an argument for why one side is better than the other, where do you stand there?
I mean, I personally go more fundamental a little bit. The technical, while it might work for the people who understand it, if I was sitting, next to, the average Joe, and I tried to explain him something on the technical side, his eyes would glaze over, and you just kind of look at me like, what? You totally lose him. So I like the fundamentals because, A, they're tried and true. I mean, or at least I believe they are. That's my opinion. And if you don't have sound fundamentals, the technicals might not lead you to much anyway.
Yeah.
You have to watch both, or at least, someone in my capacity, I have to watch both. I can't ignore one or the other. But I feel like, to your point, people will focus on one. They'll say, oh, look at the, oh, this has done, the double trough. It's time to get in. And it's like, okay, first off, where did you Google that term at?
Yeah.
Second off, have you looked at the fundamental? Like, this company is losing money left, right, and up and center. Why would you buy it? Oh, well, I didn't think of that.
Right.
Well, okay, so that's why I lean on the fundamentals a little bit more. And then if the technicals agree with it, then hey, we're on.
So you don't think you could solely rely on the fundamentals?
You could if you were a long-term investor.
Okay.
If you're just looking to make trades, then the technical might be. You might want to lean on the technical side more. But if you're going to buy the stock and hold it for 20 years, if this is part of a retirement portfolio, or if this is a stock you inherited that maybe you don't have no intention of selling anywhere in the near future, then the fundamentals you can lean on just fine.
Yeah, so we do have this debate, like what's the cutoff point of like long term versus short term?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, what do you think would be like long term, like the bare minimum long term investment?
Well, if you just go off of like tax status, it's 1 year.
That's what I always say.
Yeah. So I mean, anything over 1 year is I'd consider that long term.
Yeah, I do too.
But in my mind, when I'm thinking long term, like if someone says, "Oh, I want to open this account, I want to run it long term," I'm thinking 10, 20 years.
Right.
Yeah.
So that makes sense.
Yeah, somebody told us that I was like 10 years.
Yeah.
So I'm a short term investor. That's the case.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. If you're just looking to get in and buy something, and if you're happy with the gains in 6 months and you want to sell it, that's fine, but that's short term.
All right, where are we at with news this week?
Oh yeah, so let's do a quick update for us.
Okay.
I have been buying as much. I've been more like selling stuff, putting money into my Roth account, trying to max that out. So, but the only stock I really bought was Google when it was like 170 something.
Oh,
like
sweet!
that.
I did too. I did too. Yeah.
I bought both of them. What's that called? Like letter A, letters.
Oh, you're talking about there's two different. There's Google A and Google B or whatever.
Yeah,
Which
so
I hate that they do that. I don't like that. It's actually it's confusing.
It confuses me. So I just bought both of them, and they were both kind of like on sale.
I think I started buying just the A, just to keep it. I think it's GOOGL. I think it's that one is the A, alphabet A. But yeah, I wish they didn't do that.
Yeah. Well, they make it look like Berkshire, right? Like Warren Buffett's, where you have the Berkshire.
How does that work? How does that work? Why would you do that?
two separate classes.
Oh, two different classes of
right,
shareholders, pretty
right,
much.
basically.
Yeah.
I mean, because the A share of Berkshire was what, like $200,000.
It was like $400,000
Yeah.
at one point.
Yeah, yeah.
But that makes sense because you have a $200 Berkshire share and a
And the-
200,000. But
Mhm.
Google is the same, pretty much.
Same
Yeah.
price.
Yeah. Well, they still want to get the normal retail investor interested, so you have that lower one.
Yeah.
And then for like
but
the
Google's
institution,
but Google's the same price, though.
correct. Yeah, it's the same
That doesn't
thing.
make any sense.
It's all going to the same pot for them.
Yeah.
What do they care?
Okay, so what else? Where else are we at with updates?
Oh yeah,
What
it
else you
says Intel up 65% year to date.
Yeah, that one's
Mm.
Intel is just.
Yeah.
I really don't get Intel. Like I feel like they're.
I mean, it's the market for it. It's the climate for it.
Yeah, but in my opinion, I feel like Intel is not a good company. I feel like they do not grow. They're not a strong company, but they like artificially get pushed up. Like and Nvidia put that $5 billion into them. This morning I think it said they're in talks with Apple for a deal. But I just feel like I don't know. Their numbers are not good. Their financials are not good. So I don't see why the stock it's up 65%. I mean, in the last 5 to 10 years, it hasn't performed well. So it's still not performing well. But I don't know why it keeps getting these jumps up like that.
Do you guys have to think that government position that the government took in it
Oh,
has
that's
anything
right.
to do with it?
That's right.
Didn't
That's
they buy
true.
like 10% of Intel or something
Yeah,
like that?
you're right. You're right.
If the government's in it, you know it's not probably not going to fail,
but-
right?
That's what I say about Boeing.
Right.
Tell you the same thing.
The government would never let Boeing fail. The Air Force needs
Yeah,
planes. The Navy needs planes.
That's true, but that doesn't mean that the stock price is gonna keep going up. Because
Right.
look
True.
at the chart for those companies. They're still terrible. That's why I don't understand why would something like Nvidia or the government, why are they picking Intel as the person to invest in? Why don't they pick any other semiconductor play that is actually financially strong? Intel is not financially strong. I haven't looked at their numbers in a while, but for years their net income and profitability has not been going up. So I really don't get why there's all this artificial push and investment into that company to keep it going.
I think it might be because it's been around for so long.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but
Been on our
you
minds,
have
so
so
it's-
many strong players. You got Nvidia and AMD. You got Taiwan Semiconductor. You have all these players in the space where their financials are way stronger. So that's what frustrates me. But either way, I would not buy Intel. I'm not a fan. What else we got?
I'm happy you could get that off your chest on our therapy
I've felt
session.
that way for many years because I bought Intel like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Loser.
All right, but big news for Nvidia too. They invest in $5 billion. So that's a company I bought last January. Made
Yep.
some money, sold like half of it, but
Mhm.
I bought back into it this year. So
Yeah.
that's another company I bought back into. So kind of feel like Nvidia is like carrying the stock market a little bit.
Yeah,
further.
kind of.
That's-
Yeah, it has been for a few years now.
Yeah, I want to say that's the biggest. They have the biggest percentage of the Nasdaq or the S&P. I want to say they make up almost 10% of the index fund.
Yeah.
And it kind of seemed like fail proof too, because it's not like they're big like consumers or like people. It's more like big
Yeah, but you know what's going to happen
corporations
is
like Microsoft,
What's-
Google's, all of that.
what's going to happen is they're into the next year or two, their growth is not going to be what it was the last couple of years, and then I have a feeling that the ratio and the multiple is going to come down.
I can see
Because
that.
right now it's valued at like 50 times earnings, which for Nvidia that's around average. But they've also had this astronomical growth the last couple of years, which that's not going to happen the next year or two. And so I have a feeling it would come down. I don't know. That's my thoughts. I mean, the market cap's also over $4 trillion, which is kind of a lot, and so I could see it coming down. I don't think it's going to pass 180 really.
I think as long as it stays steady, which I do think it will be, I think it'll be fine.
I think it's going to be flat over the next year or two.
Well, they had that big backlog for a few years, right? Like, remember in 2020 when like no one could get chips and like
Yeah,
that
that's
lasted for
true.
like 2 years. I think they've caught up on that a little bit, but I don't think it's
Yeah,
completely done.
I mean, I've heard that there's like a waiting list pretty much to
Yeah.
be a customer. Like
Yeah.
that's how high the demand is they can't produce enough chips.
Yeah.
So when you look at it like that, yeah, I mean they're still looking good.
Mhm.
I just don't think you're going to have that. The growth they had the last couple of years has been insane. I just don't think it's going to be like that.
They're gonna, but
So-
they're gonna regulate that like OPEC regulates oil output, right? Like
Yeah.
they're not gonna increase production and lower
Yeah,
their own
exactly.
price.
Right.
You know,
Exactly.
they're gonna keep that inflated up as long as they can.
Yeah.
Now this it says, was this Intel? I know Intel has been having talks with Apple,
That's why I just,
trying to get
just
them
said,
to
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
do what the good government did, what Nvidia did, invest into them. So see how that also plays out in the future.
Yep.
Next big, I think the main big news this past couple weeks
I'm
was
scared.
the Fed rate cut.
Yeah.
That was a big.
I'm terrified.
It went down like 25 basis points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know what the good news is that I saw this study where they had a list of the last like 25 times the Fed cut rates. Every single time the stock market was higher a year later. And then when you looked at the same thing, but 3 months to 6 months later, then it's only like half the time the stock market is up. So pretty much looking at the stats, we have a 100% chance that the stock market's higher in a year from now, which is actually weird kind of because I just sold a fraction of my index shares because after looking at all the valuations and all the stuff, I said the market is kind of overvalued right now. Like the stocks that are in the index, they're either overvalued like Tesla and stuff, or they're at like Google where it's just like it's pretty much at as high as it could go pretty much. Like it's not overvalued, but it's fair, so it can't really push that much further. So yeah, I mean I sold a lot of the shares of the QQQ at about $600, and now today it's down to $592 or something. So that it just looks overvalued at $600 a share.
And then back to the Fed rate cut. I think Powell was also saying there's going to be more. Coming this year. Soon.
Yeah. I mean, I think this has been a long time coming. I mean, Trump has been pushing for this for so long now, and I think the Fed finally did it. But yeah, I don't know. The good part about having higher rates is that like on Robinhood, my cash will earn more interest, right? That's the good part.
Yeah.
But and it's also a positive thing for stocks, right? Because like I said, it pushes stocks up. But I don't know. We'll see. I think the Fed is afraid of the inflation that could come with it. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I'm more concerned with what Powell said about the job market.
Yeah.
What do you say?
That'd be
the jobs data came out and it's not looking like that sector, or that the jobs numbers have been as strong as they have, as we've been saying.
That's old news. Everybody my age can't get a job. I've known that for 2 years. That's been clear.
Right.
Yeah. They say us like people who just graduate college, the employment rate is higher than like. I mean
Really?
that makes a little bit more sense because most times college students are gonna get like lower paying jobs anyway starting off. But
hey, I get that. But like I said, I understand that part. Like I'm there. I remember those times with you guys. For sure.
I don't know. You think college graduate ages should have the highest unemployment rates than other ages?
I won't say it should, but it kind of does make sense.
Does it?
Yeah.
I guess.
I mean, look at me.
I know. I disagree with that because typically companies look for younger people like fresh out of college to hire. They're not going to be looking. Oh, we need to get someone who's. I mean, if you look at like, okay, we're going to hire someone who's 40, 50, 60 years old, yes, the upside of that is they have lots of experience. That would be the selling point for them, is they do have a better resume. But typically I feel like, Google and tech companies and stuff, they want younger people. They do want the college grads.
You're right, but when we're in a market kind of like when it's not that many hiring and like big companies are not spending as much, first cuts are usually people like interns and younger.
Yeah. That's true. That's true.
Right. They'll shut down hiring before they start firing or laying off, furloughing, anything like that.
The next thing we got on the list we want to talk about is like one of your favorite companies ever.
Let me think. What would that be? It used to be Tesla. Today, I would say I don't think so. My favorite company.
I'm being a little sarcastic though.
Very
sarcastic.
Oh, it's not my favorite company. So it's probably Boeing, Intel.
You gotta love Boeing. What's wrong with Boeing?
Because
everyone.
Because since I bought the stock in the pandemic. Since it's been bad. No, Boeing is no.
They did great for a while, and then it
crashed just like the actual planes. Terrible.
Okay.
It'll go back up.
Yeah, we'll see.
But no Starbucks.
Me and Starbucks, we're coffee wise, we're best friends. Stock wise, I don't know. We're kind of at odds a little bit here.
Yeah, but they've been closing more stores and fires 900 people.
They fired 900 people. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like 1%. They're closing 1% of stores nationwide.
Probably. I want it.
I feel like it's too many Starbucks.
Kinda.
They're everywhere.
And there's too many coffee shops. It's not just Starbucks.
Yeah.
It's all those, like by my house over there, the Dunkins, all these new ones, the new places coming in.
It's a new Dunkin' like gets built every 6 months.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
No, now we have them in Cherville. It's practically every half mile, I would say. When you go down 30 and 41, it's practically every half mile, which, The new one they built a couple months ago, I like it because it's actually closer to my house. It saves me 2 minutes of a drive, so it's not too bad.
Yeah.
Okay. Another thing about Powell, we'll go real quick back to him. Says that he also believes the tariffs are impacting the job market. So how are we feeling about that too?
I mean, tariffs are going to affect prices eventually. So
I heard the tariffs might come off. Isn't there a case out for Trump that the tariffs are not?
Yeah, they're going to supposedly Supreme Court. I think it's coming up, isn't it? I think about like a Supreme Court case, seeing if it's unconstitutional or whatever.
That would actually help out lots of my stocks because the worst stock I picked this year was Target, down 20% or something. If those tariffs come off, I have a feeling that stock will come back up.
Yeah.
So
if all the tariffs come off, I think the markets are off to the races.
Yeah.
But what's the likelihood of that actually happening? I mean, it's a conservative Supreme Court.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know. It's I'm planning. I'm telling my clients to plan like they're not coming off.
Yeah.
Just
Makes
to be
sense,
prepared. And if they do, then hey, it's just we get invited to the party. We're still going to the party.
Yeah.
It's like you're still going to participate. So,
Yeah, I think besides, I think now Powell was also saying that a lot of the companies are like kind of taking the brunt of the tariffs so far.
Right.
But I think the main big thing is like when companies are taking that brunt, they're not hiring as much people. So that might also be affected though too. But never know.
So they might get tired of taking that brunt. So they might jump their prices to consumers, which would then pass the buck along to all of us. Which most people are saying, well, I'm already feeling that anyway. It already feels like prices have gone up everywhere, especially the grocery store, things like that. So.
Yeah, I mean, my beef tallow is actually $17.76, and I mean the grass-fed is $20. So I mean, depends who you ask. Some people will say it's cheap. Some people will say it's expensive. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Olive oil. Like I use olive oil a lot. Olive oil is kind of getting expensive though too.
Oh yeah, is it?
Yeah, it is.
You know what's the cheapest is vegetable oil, which is like terrible.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's the cheapest.
That's super cheap. Yeah.
Yeah, you can get it for like $3 somewhere, right?
Right. Well, you get what you pay for. If you want seed oils for $3, you might get cancer. If you want to have lots of health benefits, you might have to pay $20 for some fat.
Did I say that this episode is brought to you by American Tallow?
American Tallow, the best beef tallow out there. Regular or grass-fed? Which one do you want? Get yours today at AmericanTallowStore.com.
Yeah. So while we're on this, though, like, how are you feeling being a new businessman? I know you.
I like it. It's good. This
one, Nico rides that I won't talk too much about, but yeah.
You know, I've started lots of businesses in the past, and you know that I've failed. Majority of the time, I fail.
The guitar thing.
My guitar lessons have been okay, but that's not really a growing business. That's just type of like here and there you give some guitar lessons. This is actually this has the potential to be a nationwide business that does millions of dollars, right? Because there's multiple companies out there that do that. They sell fat and they're worth multi-millions. So yeah, I mean, but this one is fun. It's exciting. I get to go places and try to sell it. And it's a very weird object to sell. It's a weird market because the problem is half of the country does not know what this is, right? Including me 6 months ago. Josh said he didn't know what it was. Did you know what? When did you find out about beef tallow?
A couple years ago, maybe.
Okay, so he knew about it before. But the problem is half of the country does not know what this is. Even when I go to stores and butcher shops, half of them say, "Oh, I never heard of that. What is that for?" And then the other half
looks like mashed potatoes.
Yeah, well, we always
mayonnaise.
We always say that one looks like foam, especially on the pictures online. It looks like foam. This one is a little bit whiter, but that one's yellower. But the other half of the country,
it kind of looks like bacon grease.
Yeah.
Kind of looks like bacon grease.
Yeah. Well, don't tell anybody, but we're coming out with pork lard at some point.
You already told everyone.
Diversifying the product line.
That's right. But what was I going to say? The other half of the country, the people who know about it and use it, they are like obsessed with it. So they go out of their way. They don't mind paying. We have people that pay up to $23 online for this jar. So those people who are big fans, they really love it and they get into it. But unfortunately, as much as I wish that this was a tallow podcast, it's actually a stock podcast. So we should be talking about stocks right now.
I mean, kind of business side of things.
Yeah. New business owner. So things are going well. You enjoy being a business owner again.
Yes, I mean, yeah, right. And I mean, in terms of growth, I would say it's weird. It's like we lose some avenues of growth, and then one day it pops up out of nowhere, and we have a new, Amazon. Yep. We just started Amazon sales a little over a week ago. When we've been trying that for months, we just made our first one about a week ago. So it's weird the way it works,
When a company goes public, what's going to be the ticker? AT?
Actually, as you know what, me and Walter say all the time,
ATOL?
we say we're going to change the company name to AT Industries because we want to expand it into like being like a tech company and a real estate company. We're going to call it AT Industries at some point. But in terms of a ticker, that's actually is AT already a ticker? I think that's AT&T.
They're ATT.
No.
They're AT&T. Okay, well,
ATT.
I think there's a company already with ticker AT.
You could do
No,
ATLL.
they're T. I take that back. They're just the letter
you're
T.
right. You're right.
They're just the letter T.
I feel like there might be a AT, but if not, then
ATL? ATL?
why ATL?
You got the T and the L or ATW.
American Tallow and Large?
Makes me think of Atlanta.
Or it could
Yeah.
it could be ATI, American Tallow Industries. That could be what it is.
We'll do some ticker searches later. We'll
Yeah.
we'll see what's taken and what's available for you.
All right, so next topic is I got a question for the both of you. So the country is banking on NVIDIA and AI to carry the economy for the next couple years or so.
Mhm.
Do you think that's a good idea or not?
No.
Not initially, but it'll turn out to be okay, is my opinion. And if I had to explain that, okay, so go back 25 years when the tech bubble popped in 99, 2000, 2001, all that. Everyone was, any internet stock, people would just plow money into
Yeah.
blindly. And we all know that most, if not all of them, exploded.
Kind of sounds like crypto a little bit.
And what's old is new again for like
Yeah.
the 85th millionth time.
Mm-hmm.
But, okay, so now the AI is going to be treated the same way, where any AI stock, people are just going to flow into it just like mad. Then some bubble is probably going to pop. It might not be as big as back in 2001, but some bubble will pop. And then a couple of those companies will stay around and lead the industry. Because if you
Yeah.
think about it, not all of those internet companies in 2000,
Amazon,
Yahoo,
AOL.
Google, AOL, exactly, then became Time Warner, AOL, which
Did
then
it?
down the line. But, a couple of those companies are still around to this day, and they ended up leading the industry.
Yeah.
So, some of the companies that are getting pumped up by the AI rah-rah today are probably going to fail. Some will stick around and just be meh. And then like 3 or 4 of them will probably lead the industry, and, they'll be giants 20 years from now when we're sitting here talking about this again.
Yeah. Yeah, but I don't know. Do you see that many AI companies out there in the news and stuff? Like besides your main,
Yeah.
FANG stocks,
Yeah.
besides, there's a couple that come to mind. C3.ai,
Mhm.
SoundCloud. There's a couple that are like strictly AI, kind of riskier.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's not like I hear about hundreds of AI companies out there or something.
I don't hear about a ton of them, but I'm sure they're out there, and
Yeah.
eventually they'll want to IPO, they'll want to,
Right.
grow some capital, so they'll list and they'll do this and they'll make it or they won't. So I'm
Yeah.
sure we'll see that uptick in the next couple years. But
And we'll probably see companies like Amazon and Google and Tesla acquire some of those small
Correct.
ones too. That'll probably
correct.
happen.
Yep, they won't even make it to market. They'll just get sucked up first.
Yeah.
All right, and the next thing we have on the list is gold hits a record high.
Mm.
That'd
I
be
don't
nice if the dollar was still backed by gold, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about gold, so that I'll leave that up to you.
Yeah.
Does that play a part in any of your portfolios?
I have some clients with some significant positions
Really?
in gold. Be it either, some of them outside of me, because I don't help anyone hold physical gold, but I know some of my clients do privately off to the side. And then they're also investing in either gold ETFs and or the gold mining stocks. Those have also that's another under the radar way of some exposure to gold. And those have been doing pretty well this past year, riding it up with these prices as well. With market, so much, I hate the tagline market uncertainty, but
Yeah.
to use it again,
Market uncertainty.
market uncertainty, or just following the VIX or anything like that. But yeah,
but
no,
what's the performance? I mean, the performance of gold though on average is like, it's way lower. Like it's not. I understand it doesn't have the volatility, but like,
Mhm.
aren't there there's 5 to 10 year periods where it's basically flat or it bounces up and down for 5 years.
I remember when I first came into the industry, and this is maybe going back to 05, 06, where it was like $700-800 an ounce.
Yeah.
Now it's at like what, $3,300 an ounce?
Oh,
something like that.
really?
So I mean,
Oh, wow.
it's not. It's if you look at the graph, it's been sort of a straight line up. There's been little bounces here and there, but not bad.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Why do you think it's continuing to grow though?
Market uncertainty, because you're always going to have someone who thinks that, oh, this
It's
is
the end
it.
of the world.
Exactly,
I gotcha.
exactly. When Trump got elected, all the Biden people, thought,
Yep.
oh, I better go.
I'm
to
leaving
gold.
the country and I'm buying gold.
Exactly, and then when Biden won, all the Trump people said, oh well, I'm leaving the country, I'm buying gold.
Yeah.
So there's always someone out there who thinks, oh man, this is it. I better batten down the hatches and
Yeah.
go to security. And when they think of that, let's face it, over the past 20 years, bonds haven't been giving us the returns that we would have
Sure.
wanted from them. So you're searching for this yield somewhere. You're not going to get it from fixed income. Where you're going to go, gold is probably your next best safe haven.
Or Bitcoin.
It could be for some people. It's it's worked out well for long-term Bitcoin investors, but
Yeah.
but short-term it's a bumpy ride too. You don't
Yep.
have that short-term bumpy ride in gold either. It's just kind of.
Do you have any Bitcoin?
Personally, I do not have any.
No.
no.
Did you ever buy it?
I never have.
Wow.
No, I
Any
never
sort
have.
of cryptocurrency at all? Or?
Mm-mm.
Okay,
No.
Josh. When did you buy crypto?
I think right before. I know about Bitcoin.
When was your first time?
Probably 2020, 2021 maybe.
Yeah.
You
Around
know.
that
Do you know what
time?
price?
No, I might have to check, but no.
I remember I bought Bitcoin at 30,000,
Mm-hmm.
but
We bought it around the same time, I think.
then it must have been about 30,000. I'm
I
so
think around
mad
the same time.
because whenever I sold it, I didn't make that much money. I remember making a bunch of money when it went to 60, and then I think I sold it when it went back down.
Mm.
I remember
And now
selling
it's
that
at
around
120. I would have made so much money.
I remember selling that around like 50 something.
Okay, well
Okay.
you did better than me.
I remember selling
Okay.
around 50
Smarter strategy than me on that one.
something. I
Yeah.
guess so. But so now we're talking about gold. I want to kind of switch to the U.S. dollar now. Now
Sure.
they're saying the U.S. dollar is having its worst year in decades.
Yeah.
What do you think is the issue with that, and how could that also be fixed, if at all?
A lot of this stuff is from the tariffs.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's scaring a lot of people. Where at the beginning of the year there was a anyone but the U.S. kind of focus on that.
Well, those other companies, did they get off? They got off of the U.S. dollar, right?
Mhm.
Brazil and whoever else. Is that still what's going on?
I think they're still. They haven't come back to the dollar. Put it that way. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, so
So that's not helping.
that hurts, and then that people think, well, the crypto kind of hurts it a little too. People thinking,
Does
oh,
it?
well,
Oh.
eventually the
Bitcoin.
dollar,
Right, yeah.
right? Bitcoin's not going to be the gold standard of the world anymore, or Bitcoin will become the gold standard of the world because the U.S. dollar isn't king anymore.
Yeah.
So people would rather buy Bitcoin and ride the possibility instead of old trusty U.S. dollar, who knows what's happening with that. So
How do you strengthen the U.S. dollar?
yeah, good question. It's
Does anybody know here?
I mean, they
Anybody
used to
in the
use
audience?
gold, but they used to use gold, but
How does that work?
yeah, we used to be backed
backed by gold,
yeah,
yeah.
every dollar was backed by. That's what like Fort Knox was for. Like all the gold in there
So
actually
what does that
backed.
mean? What does that mean? How does
So-
that work?
So like if we printed $1 million, we had to have
Right.
$1 million of gold
Gold.
in the reserve
had
to
to?
back it up. Yeah, that was a law. That was
so
a
it's kind of
federal
like
law.
this: these jars and this water bottle.
Mhm.
It's 3 of this. So for each person, it's one.
Right. So you could print $3 because you have 3 gold bars to back it up.
So
But
what
if
would
I take
what-
this away,
Now we can only have 2.
But if you already issued the $3 and now you only have 3 pieces of gold,
If you don't pull $1 back out of circulation,
how do you do that?
just basically, as it comes back into the system, you just have the banks kind of withhold it and pull it back, and you destroy it or shred it or whatever.
So does that mean that if we each got $1 for these 3 pieces of gold, and let's say gold went up in price that year, that now what? Does that mean our dollar is worth? You know what I mean? Is that a deflationary action or something? Does that mean our dollar is worth more if gold goes up in price?
I think the gold is worth more, but the dollar would still be worth the $1
$1.
note that you have printed
Okay,
on it. That's
okay.
why it says there's
In God
fine
we
print.
trust.
Well, right above that.
But no,
Right.
but that means if let's say now you can bring the dollar in and say I want to trade it for a piece of gold, right?
Yep, and that would be an equal, or it could be an equal.
But
Right.
you would get $1 worth of gold. You wouldn't get this $1.50
Right.
if it went up, right?
Right.
Interesting. Okay.
But now it's just like, you need $1? Okay, let me turn the printer on. Zzz. Okay, here's some money. So that's the inflationary.
Why did we do that again? What was Nixon thinking when he did that?
What was Nixon thinking during a lot of things in his administration? But better financing, I think he was trying to accomplish.
Was he trying to
out
was he
for-
trying to prevent something? He was preventing inflation or something like that.
That backfired. That backfired horribly.
But I think the market went up that year. That's
yeah,
what-
it did.
I think
yeah.
Ray Dalio said the market
Yeah,
went up after
It
that.
did. It long term maybe
Yeah.
wasn't the best thing we've ever done, but short term, yeah.
So could we go back on the gold standard?
I don't think so. Maybe I don't know.
I don't know. I think we can.
Let's-
Isn't
let's
that
try it.
something that Trump was saying?
I feel like he might. Yeah, I feel like he might have brought that up one time.
I'd bet dimes to dollars, but I'm saying pun intended. That he would try it. You know.
We should. Gold is
Yeah.
going up.
Yep.
Makes sense.
But now people are saying, well, is all that gold still in Fort Knox? Do we still have enough of a reserve to? I'm sure we do. Like that, there's some conspiracy theory
is it-
going on here. I'm sure, but
Why? Who took the gold?
The
Would-
49ers.
Really?
Yeah.
San Francisco.
Yeah.
Interesting.
They took all the gold. Notre Dame put them all in their helmets.
oh yeah, that could be it.
Interesting.
That could be it.
Do we have any more topics on our outline?
Yeah. So real quick, what's some stocks you've been buying? I know I
Great
talk about
question
mine, but
here.
what about you?
What
Yeah.
stocks? I just put out a video on my channels for September. 5 stocks. What did I buy? I bought. I might have to check, but I know one of them is Lululemon.
Oh, you see, Oklo, Oklo,
Oh,
Oklo?
yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Whatever that
That
is.
one's been insane. But did you
Yeah.
buy that?
Yes, I bought it. I told you to buy it.
Yeah, but just because you say to buy it doesn't mean I buy it.
It was a nice price. It was like $20 a share. Now
Oh yeah.
Let's see here. Where are my picks? Here are my picks.
Lululemon, I don't want to talk about
Why?
much, but
Oh, yeah, it's because you lost 99% of your money.
That's rough.
All
You
right.
don't make,
so-
I mean,
You hate to see it.
you know, it's wins and losses.
okay, number
so.
one. Number one. This is actually one of my top picks. Salesforce. Salesforce was one of my top picks. Number 2 was Lululemon. Number 3 was Chipotle, actually. Number 4 was Texas Roadhouse. And number 5 was Airbnb. And I believe even right after that, I made that video. I think I bought something else too. I forgot. I'll let you know if it comes to me.
So you're bullish. You're bullish looking
Oh,
forward.
FICO.
Oh.
That's what I bought. FICO.
Okay.
That was another one. Of course, my ASML position has literally been there for over a year now, and we're just me and this guy I talked to on TikTok, who he's been following all my picks and stuff. We've been waiting for over a year now for this stock to finally shoot up, and now it's gone. We bought it at 700 something, and now it's at 950 or whatever. So it's finally starting to move, and that's one where there's no reason that stock that thing should be shooting up 80% or something, because that it's got a lot of stuff going for it. But those are my top picks. Yeah.
So you like a lot of retail, a lot of hospitality.
What is
I mean,
hospitality?
I'm counting that as like your restaurants. Cause
Oh, okay,
you,
yeah.
You went Texas Roadhouse, Chipotle. A little bit of fast casual, a little bit of casual.
Yeah.
You're betting on like the American consumer to
Look,
keep spending.
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
Okay.
My
good.
my losers, how I said, Target's a big loser for me.
Mhm.
You did
My biggest positions are obviously the QQQ index is by far the largest,
Yeah.
but then I also my bigger ones are ASML, Amazon, Google. What else? What else is there?
Lululemon.
That's a smaller one.
You put 20,000 on Lululemon.
No, I didn't. That's a smaller one.
Put some Lulu on my butt. You ever seen those videos on TikTok?
Yeah. Fortunately.
What else is there?
Walgreens. I know you like Walgreens.
No, that's garbage.
Ooh.
That's one of the
Ugh.
worst picks ever.
They went private now. They're not even traded
Did they?
anymore. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
they got bought. Yeah, they got
I
bought.
did hear about that.
Yeah, they got shareholders got like $10.70 or $12.70 a share or something
Terrible.
to walk away. Yeah.
Terrible.
What a bad company.
I mean, 10 years ago, I remember back in the recession when they were like 120 something,
Yeah.
like, or right around in that area.
Okay, I know another one I missed. Adobe is one.
Oh, okay.
Adobe's one.
I still have
Again,
Adobe
Target's
too.
one of my biggest losers. SMCI, that was my number one pick for this year, and that one was fantastic. I sold out at 90% of that, so I'm happy with those profits. AMD, same thing. One of my top picks. Made a bunch of money with that. Sold out of that. That position's pretty much gone. Again, Airbnb. Oh, Intuit. Intuit is the one I bought right after those picks. I am very bullish on Intuit as well. That's pretty much it. Those I got like 15 stocks or something. So that's pretty much it.
Yep. Good time to buy it. I mean, going into tax season in a couple months.
Yeah.
Staying ahead. Yeah.
That's crazy. It is. It's
I know.
coming up in a couple months.
I know.
I feel like I just did my taxes.
I know.
All right, your guys' turn now.
I talked about it already. I talked about Google already. What else? I brought back into Nvidia. I sold.
You bought back into it?
Bought back.
At what price?
It was I'll check
I
again.
hope it's not one.
But I sold all my AMD.
I hope it's not over 150.
I think it was at 150.
Jesus.
It's all right. It's all right.
I'm scared.
It's all right. It's all right. But yeah, that's about it though. So I was been more into my Roth. So I've been kind of been playing scared.
No, that's good.
It's been a couple of years I put money in my Roth.
Then you
so
don't have to worry about the taxes.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah.
No, that's a good thing.
I'm trying to max it out. 'Cause I think it's like the max is like
7,000.
something like that. Yeah.
65. Well, yeah, 7,000 or so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I'm max it out and be.
Okay, that's good. Did you sell anything?
AMD.
You sold AMD?
So all my
You
AMD.
made lots of money.
Of course.
Yeah.
I think I pick a
Nice.
perfect time for AMD and Nvidia.
Yeah.
I don't know why. They
No,
tell
you
you
were
to,
on that before me. You bought that before I did.
I could have sworn I told you to buy it. Though.
You probably did, but I probably didn't do it till months later or something.
Same thing about Oklo too.
That one I don't remember. Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know. Just because you text me a stock doesn't mean I'm gonna just go out
We
and
even
buy
talked
it.
about it with like a episode with Chuck. We had like a previous episode when I talked about, hey, I think nuclear energy stocks
Yeah.
might be the way.
Sure.
Okay, I want to go back and find that clip.
I still think they
Somebody
are.
pull it up. Pull
I
up the
still
clip.
think we do need to like kind of switch gears to
Yeah.
nuclear energy.
Yeah.
because-
I like nuclear.
Yeah. Okay, your turn. I know you gotta.
Yeah, so I
Watch
can't
what you
talk in,
say.
in exact, can't make exact recommendations like you guys can, but getting into a little more consumer cyclicals now. A lot of retail in there, some retail in there.
Consumer cyclicals.
Yeah.
So like cars.
Could be.
Steel.
So, yeah, could be. Yeah.
Pumpkin pie.
No. Well, I mean, places that
coming
sell pumpkin pie. I mean, yeah, Thanksgiving's coming up. Exactly, right?
That's not like a yearly thing, you know.
Yeah. No, it's more like, okay, so, I mean, I'm reading more and more research recently that's saying that we're not at the bottom end. We're not late at the bottom of the cycle anymore. We're early in the top
What
of
does
the
that
cycle.
mean?
So, like, you know how, like, the market, imagine the market is a big circle.
Yeah.
So, like, here's the high and here's the low.
Yeah.
So, like, we're just at the bottom of the circle and maybe about to start coming up now.
Okay.
So they're saying that
Wait, what?
those people are saying that now we're getting back into like a bullish cycle.
But we've
just
been on
now.
a well. Okay, April was a mini crash.
I wouldn't say crash.
It was a
but
correction.
It was we got.
I think it dropped 25. It dropped 25%. It wasn't small.
Yeah. No, it wasn't.
small.
No. I mean, I still think corrections are anything 10% or beyond that.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I think crashes are 30% or 25, 30%.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah.
I don't know if I don't know if there's a for sure number.
No, there
But
isn't.
I wouldn't call. I think the QQQ dropped 26%. I wouldn't call that small.
Right. No, not at all. But, people are starting to think that, with earnings and all this stuff coming out, that things are looking strong enough that, maybe we're coming back up to the strength of the cycle now. So that's saying, for all the people who are like, oh, the market, the bubble's going to pop. We're going to,
Yeah.
we're about to go down. We're about to do this. Data's kind of saying, no, we're not.
But
Correct.
I just made a video on this. From the bottom of that crash in April to now,
Mhm.
the Nasdaq's up 50%.
Yeah.
You could I bought those shares at $400 a share in
Yep.
April. It just hit 600. That's a 50% thing in the matter of what, less than 6 months.
Yep.
That's a lot.
Yeah, no, the NASDAQ got hammered there for,
Yeah.
a couple months in a row. It was
Yeah.
it was not pretty there for a while, and it's been fine all summer.
So you're saying we're at the beginning of a new bullish cycle.
It could be. It could. I'm reading research. I've seen more than one person say that now
Okay.
in their research, published research that I could find and spit out for you guys. But yeah, so if I'm seeing that many people all say the same thing about
Yeah,
that,
you would think.
it's like, well, hey, maybe there's something to this.
But
So,
my stats show me that the P/E ratio for the larger companies,
mhm,
the larger S&P companies, they are overvalued.
correct.
But
I'm
the-
seeing that too.
But the small and mid cap companies are undervalued.
Right.
So if maybe if you think small and mid cap is going to push the market up, then I understand that. But
Right.
from my perspective, the big cap companies is really what makes up the majority of the stock market.
Yeah.
And we're talking trillions and trillions of dollars. So to me, those are the ones that matter more. That's why I, took some profits and sold,
Yeah.
because I kind of expect the market to be flat over the next 6 months or correct or something.
Right. Well, remember, like 98% of all business in the United States is either a small or mid cap.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Yeah, but I don't. But you. So you think those small and mid cap companies make up trillions of dollars of market cap, just like the big ones do?
Large cap is probably still going to outpace them by a little bit, but I mean, no one's going to come out and kick the crutch out from underneath us if the small and mid caps are propping us up.
So
in my opinion.
let's do this. Okay, so I looked at the valuation. So top 10 companies by weighting in the index. I looked at the valuation for all of them.
Yeah.
You think if those had, let's say over the next 6 months they're weak, right? Let's say they go down. Like we're talking Google, Amazon, Netflix, Microsoft, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Down whatever 20, 30%. You think small and mid caps could drive the market up and make up for those big?
No, I don't think it would make up. It would offset those losses, but I don't think it would make up for and then bring us back to the positive.
Yeah,
no.
I don't think so either.
So like if the big caps were taking us down 30%, overall the market might be 22, 24% down.
No, I'm saying
so
if those individual companies' stocks fell 30%.
Okay. So you're not saying the whole market, yeah.
Not the whole market, yeah.
I mean, it like you said, there's a lot of those, especially the large caps. Like if you look at, I was reading this a couple days ago too, the case index, which is like the PE. It's like the PE ratio for a large subset of the market. So it said the market overall, I think the PE ratio on that is like 38 right now, and they're saying the average of that should be like 27, somewhere right there. So so that would lead you to believe, okay, this bubble is kind of getting a little overinflated. Maybe we would like something to pop or at least deflate, come down a little bit here. That would be awesome.
Yep.
Personally, I'd love to see it. I'd love to see 5%, at least 5%, just kind of come off the top here.
Yep.
I'd feel like, okay, cool. Let's roll from here. But if that doesn't happen,
if that happens, I'm buying everything. I'm going back in, taking my cash.
Right. But like, I've been saying this to clients for several years now. We just keep melting up.
What does that mean?
I haven't used that term since, I first came into
Doesn't
the business.
Melting mean you go down, kind of?
It does, but exactly. Like nothing, back in 2008, though, nothing made sense. Like,
so it's like reverse melting. It's like you're upside down, but you're melting and it goes up.
Exactly. It's like none of this makes sense. This should be doing this, but it's not. This should be doing this, but it's not. And we all just keep melting, but since the market keeps going up, 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 everyone thinks, oh, everything's great. Everything's all, hunky-dory and stuff.
Yeah.
But like you said, the technicals and the some even the fundamentals might say we need to come down.
That's why I pay attention to the fundamentals, though. I don't really watch the technicals. I really don't.
Right, exactly. So I mean that data is telling us to kind of maybe pump the brakes here a little bit, but we keep going up, 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 up every year, every month. So I've been using the term lately. We're melting up still.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Melting up. I like that.
Melting up. Yep.
Melting up. Interesting.
When nothing makes sense anymore. Like, why is this doing that? We're melting up.
All right. So I do have a quick question, though, for you.
Like burning down.
Right. Right. We don't want to burn necessarily. We can melt a little. I don't want us to burn. Yeah.
Yeah. So today that we're recording this is September 25th. Next week or so will be October. So that means when October month hits, we're kind of like officially in the holiday season.
Yep. Fourth quarter.
Halloween.
Holiday. I mean, Halloween. My second favorite holiday, personally. I say third. I like Christmas, Easter. I say Halloween. Third.
Yeah. That's a good one.
To wrap up the show, we will name off our favorite holidays.
Hey, would be a good list though. But no, say if the tariffs are in place.
Yeah.
Things like that. With the holidays coming up, how do you think holiday spending will affect consumers with the tariffs?
You're going to get less Christmas presents. That's what's going to happen.
Right. Yeah, right. Either you get less Christmas presents or people are going to pay way more for those presents.
If you're worth it.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. If you've been good and you're not on Santa's bed list.
If you're not worth it, then you're not getting more.
Isn't coal expensive, though, too, these days?
I don't know. I haven't checked prices.
I haven't.
I don't know if I ever bought that before, so I don't know.
And is anyone long on coal futures?
But you guys don't worry, because seriously, if you have trouble buying Christmas presents, we at American Tallow, we're not raising prices. So you actually will just be able to get the price at the same price.
Yeah.
Buy 10 of these, put them in the give back. Merry Christmas.
Yeah. No, actually,
makes a great stocking stuffer.
So right now, American Tallow has 4 products. Right, we have regular tallow, grass-fed tallow, lip balm, and we have cream. Okay, we're thinking about coming out with pork lard at some point. But also, I'm working on making candles, so that's 7. 8. We have lots of merch, shirts, hats, all that. So what I'm gonna do for all my presents I'm giving out this year?
You should put this on like a shirt of all the stuff you're coming up with. Just put it on a shirt.
Well, what I'm gonna do is all the Christmas presents.
A billboard. Should do a billboard.
All the Christmas presents I'm giving out this year.
Or like a poster.
Everybody is getting
A magazine.
American Tallow gift basket.
Nice.
Even me?
You might get one. Don't be surprised.
Might.
You might.
It's not like an official yes?
You might.
Okay.
The list isn't finalized yet. It's only September.
Yeah, I got to see if we get enough stock.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
Because the lip balms and the creams, limited edition. These are not limited edition. These, if you want to buy 20,000 of these, we can get you that. But for the other stuff, it's kind of limited edition. So you just gotta, And we're in talks with a few celebrities here that might give us might do a partnership. So then it'll be extra limited edition.
I guess so.
Nice.
But yeah, we're done with our list. Just about. Oh, real quick. Lululemon, Amex partnership between Amex and Lululemon provides card holders of the Amex Platinum Card with up to $300 in statement credits annually, in the form of $75 quarterly credits. Yeah, but so basically, if you use your credit card, Amex credit card, you get credits for Lululemon.
But like $75, isn't that like one leg of a pair of pants?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's like, yeah.
I bought the stock. Okay, I
Yeah.
like it.
Yeah.
Please keep buying Lululemon.
Yeah. No, at this point,
Men who have girlfriends, wives, buy 5 of them.
at this
Oh,
point, the
yeah.
stock is down so much. I think it's at a P ratio of 10. It's down so much to the point where it looks like they're about to go out of business or something. So,
What if Trump's wife and his daughter come out wearing Lululemon?
that would be
Oh,
great.
to the moon.
Stock is going to double then.
To the moon. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
What if Trump's wife and daughter?
They need a partnership.
What if they
with,
came
Kim
out with
Kardashian.
American Tallow at the next speech? Could you imagine that?
We'll never see you on this podcast ever again. Your head will be way too big at that point.
I'm gonna be in your suitcase though. Everywhere we go, I'm just fit myself in your suitcase.
Oh yeah, you want to come with?
Get
Okay.
Sydney Sweeney to do something for you.
We thought about that. Guess who we're talking to though? I talked to her manager the other day.
Well, don't bring it up on the show. We'll talk about it later.
Yeah. We'll do that off air.
Okay.
But yeah, that's
Sorry
cool.
guys, you have to follow the American Tallow to see who we're getting. You're not gonna know unless you follow it because I can't say it on the air.
Yeah.
But do we have anything else? This will be our last episode until 2026.
All right.
Yeah.
No. All right, last part of the show is going to be list off your top 3 favorite holidays.
Ooh. Okay. Do I go first?
go
or do
first.
I go first? Okay. Top 3 holiday. Christmas has got to be up there. You can't not have Christmas. Thanksgiving because I'm an eater.
Okay.
Totally. And then 4th of July.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go. Christmas, Halloween, and my birthday, April 9th.
Your birthday does not count.
It
It's
doesn't
not a
count?
national holiday.
Okay, Well, to me, it's a holiday. Christmas,
Okay.
Halloween, and I guess we could go with.
You should say something crazy.
You know what? I don't like 4th of July anymore because the fireworks are annoying. So I'm actually anti.
I will say I do dislike the fireworks. It's
Every-
not like
Really?
on
every-
the 4th is fine, but
Yeah.
they've been
Yeah.
doing it started in June, August.
Yeah.
Everything else
that.
about the holiday is great. I would be all for 4th of July. It's just the fireworks are annoying. I used to think they were cool 10 years ago, not anymore. So I'm going Christmas, Halloween, and then I'm gonna go. This is where do you go between New Year's,
Valentine's Day.
Thanksgiving? No,
St.
definitely
Patrick's
not.
Day.
No, definitely not.
Arbor Day.
I'm
Labor Day,
I'm gonna go. I guess we'll go with. See, I feel like I don't know New Year's. I feel like
Memorial Day.
no New Year's.
are usually
I feel
fun.
like New Year's is kind of actually depressing almost because it's like, oh
Mhm.
God, we're going into another year. Like we're
Yeah.
we're
New
celebrating.
Year's Eve is fun.
I guess.
New Year's Day,
I
I
don't.
just
I don't.
sleep.
I don't
Yeah.
drink, so to me it doesn't. It's just
Yeah.
I don't really care. So I'm going to skip over New Year's. Let's go with Thanksgiving because I mean the food. Easter is okay too, but
Yeah.
that's a tough one. I'm gonna go Thanksgiving.
Okay.
You know what? I'm thinking about it. I think I might like Thanksgiving more than Christmas.
What?
You know why? Because
Mm.
it's less pressure.
No, that's terrible.
Way less pressure.
Terrible
Yeah.
choice.
I've heard
Christmas-
this before. Yeah.
Christmas, you have to buy gifts.
You also get gifts, and the spirit is through the roof.
We're not 10 years old anymore, though.
I
Yeah.
know. I feel the spirit.
See, I get what you're saying. Like, you just have to go there, stuff yourself, watch
And
a little
that's
bit of
it.
football, day over.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
No,
Maybe
it-
do some shopping.
It
at
does
the
not have
end.
the same spirit.
Now, I do feel like I eat more on Christmas.
Okay, you want to
Really?
know? You want to
Because
know?
we go to, usually as a family, we go to Chinatown, one of
Oh,
our favorite
nice.
restaurants, in the morning. And then my grandma cooks basically like a Thanksgiving
Yeah.
meal
Yeah,
on
yeah.
Christmas Day. So I feel
Mhm.
like I eat more, but it's less pressure.
Okay,
Thanksgiving.
you want to know how you know a holiday is extra special? When the entire month fills with the spirit of the holiday. Well, around Christmas time, you literally have the entire month
It
of
doesn't
December.
even snow anymore.
I know.
It doesn't even snow.
To be fair, I was at Lowe's a couple days ago getting something, and the Christmas trees are already up.
Really?
Yeah. So I mean,
Already?
September, and they already got Christmas trees and like Santa and reindeer decorations out.
Well,
It's crazy.
I don't know. Probably running low on sales. Or
I didn't
something.
see any pumpkins. I didn't see any
That's weird.
turkeys, but I saw a bunch of Santas and Christmas trees.
That's weird.
So we've apparently skipped right over those, and we went right to Christmas shopping season.
Christmas is a special time.
Yeah,
It is.
I feel like less people like less kids trick or treat now.
Oh, they
Yeah.
do.
Yeah,
my
yeah.
my subdivision in the last couple of years, we have not had that many.
Yeah,
It's kind of depressing.
same.
It's more like those trunk parties and like not
Yeah.
trunk party.
I know what you're talking about.
Trunk or treat.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Like when it's like in a parking lot,
Yeah.
candy.
No,
like,
see,
Yeah.
I was thinking, I'm like, maybe that's my subdivision only that just has like maybe we don't have as many kids as when I was a kid. But if you're saying it's other subdivisions too,
I feel like Halloween used to be like a big event. It's not.
yeah.
Yeah.
When I was,
But
when
I
I
also
was,
feel like the last couple of years, this usually rains on Halloween.
yeah, we've
Yeah.
had bad weather.
Yeah.
I think COVID kind of messed with it.
Yeah.
I think I
I
think
think parties like in general kind of like took over, but we're kind of like older, so I don't.
I think some kids probably just choose to stay at home and play video games, and they get candy. What either way. I don't know. It's weird. It's very weird. It's odd.
You could just go to Sam's Club and buy a giant bag of candy for like $20 and be done.
Yeah,
with
but we could have done that when 15 years ago when I was a kid,
right.
and
But we had more fun going out in the
Yeah.
neighborhood back then.
Right.
Kids these
True.
days don't want to look up from their phone or their video games or whatever, and they're like,
that's
like
what doesn't make any sense.
That might be the main.
I
factor.
was a gamer back then. I used to play Call of Duty for like 12 hours a day.
You
But
still do.
You still
No,
went out.
I know. Actually, for your information, I quit my Xbox membership a couple weeks ago. I'm
Thank
waiting till
God.
November 14th. Call of Duty 7 comes out, then I might get it back.
I played Call of Duty with him one night. Like
Oh,
I
he's
feel like
terrible.
I feel like
am
I
too.
played for like 4 hours straight.
Yeah.
I said I'm done.
Yeah.
They were still playing.
Yeah,
I'm like,
and we like doubled. No, that was the night we made it to our highest round. We got it to round like 40 or something that round. You missed out. You could have set a record.
yeah, like 2 hours after I got off.
It was a 4-hour game or 5-hour game, but
Wow.
it was worth the time.
Yeah.
I feel like
Yeah.
I was on there for at least 2 hours.
Yeah. It was like a 4-hour game.
They're just getting going at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, you missed out.
You
I
missed
can't do
out.
it anymore.
That's
Can't
all
do
right.
it.
It's not for everyone. Takes a lot of endurance to stay through all those zombie rounds.
I know, and also to American Tallow.
American tallow, the best tallow.
It's American
It tastes like freedom.
and liberty
Yeah, that too.
and pursuit of justice.
But not
The
fireworks.
pursuit of justice.
Not fireworks, though.
Not fireworks.
No, not fireworks.
Not
No,
fireworks.
not fireworks.
Does not taste like fireworks.
But I think this concludes episode 64 of Stock Talk with Josh and
Chris.
Chris. Thank you again.
Thank you
Round-
guys
round
for
of
having
applause.
me. Appreciate it.
Nice meeting you as well. First time meeting you.
Thank you very much.
Now-
Anyone wants to learn more about me, envoywealthmanagement.com or
How do you spell that?
ENVOY.
ENVOY. Okay.
And then I'm on Facebook and Instagram at Envoy Wealth.
Okay.
Feel free, I'm
Awesome.
out there.
I make sure to put that in the description for our YouTube and on
Appreciate that.
Spotify and Apple too. All right,
Appreciate
look,
that.
Awesome.
Thanks, guys.
no problem.
Good
We
talk.
had like a slogan. I forgot. What's it
To
called?
greener days ahead.
That is a great slogan.
I like it.
That's a great slogan.
You
I like
forgot?
it.
It doesn't say it on the banner at the TV
But that's
anymore?
a great slogan though. Who came up with that?
Seb.
You sure it wasn't me?
I'm 100% sure it was Seb.
Maybe it was me.
It was Seb. Go listen to the Seb episode. It's like episode 19 or something.
All right. Thank you again. Shout out to Seb and to greener days ahead.